All right, so one of the most important things when it comes to adding a payment gateway to your website is understanding how you want to get paid in the first place, right? So do you want to do a single payment, or do you want to do a subscription where they're getting charged every single month and you're receiving your payments that way? I'm going to show you how to do both of those, and then I'm also going to show you how to unlock other ways to get paid. So let's say, for instance, you want to allow somebody to buy now and then pay later in payments, then you could do something like that as well, all right? So let's go ahead and get started. So obviously this is the Stripe dashboard. So as you come in here, you fill out all your information, add your bank account and all of that stuff. Then this is pretty much is what it'll look like. All right. So now right here, you can see it says create. And then you see they give you 4 options. You can do an invoice, which that'll be more to the email. This right here is the subscription. Like I said, there's 2 ways to set up a subscription. You can either do a regular subscription, or you can set up one with a free trial. And I'm gonna show you both of those. And then right here, it says payment link. Now I like to keep it simple, right? I just go with a link, dish it out to whoever it is that I'm talking to, or I add that link to my website. And then that way, I can kind of automate the process. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and click on payment link. And then right here, you can see it says select type, and then you got products or subscriptions. And you can also see over here, they give you a preview of what everything is going to look like, which is actually pretty cool. Now, at this point, what we want to do is we can click right here to where it says confirmation page. And let's say, for instance, you send them the link, they pay for it, but now you got to give them access. If you don't want to have to, give them access, and you want to kind of automate the process a little bit, then what you could do is you can click right here to where it says don't show confirmation page. And then you could put the link to whatever it is that you want to send them to once they make their payment, right? Just depends on how your whole business is set up. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and click back on show confirmation page. And then I'm gonna go ahead and hit payment page. And then at this point, you gotta add a product, right? So what we wanna do is I'll click right here, I'll hit add new product, and then I'm gonna name this test. Okay, so this is going to be my test product, and then I'm gonna go ahead and click right here, and I'm gonna paste this in there as well. So obviously it says optional, right? But when you're selling something to somebody, you want it to be clear, right? You want them to know exactly what's going on, so there's no confusion as they're making this payment, to prevent any issues down the road. All right, and then the next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and add your price. So whatever your price is, you just go ahead and put your price in there, and then right here you see you can adjust the currency to whatever it is that you're going to be accepting. And then right here you see it says recurring, and it says one time. So first we're going to set up a one time, and then I'm going to show you how to set up a recurring in 2 ways, right? Because you can either do the free trial before the recurring, or you could just do the recurring straight up. All right, so now you can see down here it says optional for the ID. I usually don't put anything in there. And then down here it says additional options, which is the price description, right? So both of those are optional. I tend to not use, really mess with those. But this one down here could be more of like if you're trying to do some tracking inside of there with different names for, different IDs for price descriptions and so on and so on, all right? And then you want to go ahead and hit add product. And now we got our test product, right? It's $100 product, and this is what they're gonna see once we fully create this. Now down here you got some options, right? So you can either add another product, you can collect customers' addresses, and as you can see, it just added the billing address over there. If you want to do that, I'm gonna just go ahead and uncheck that for now, and then you can require customers to provide a phone number. So once you click that, boom, they got to put their phone number in there, right? Depends on what you want to collect. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and uncheck that. And then down here, you can see it says advanced options. So you can allow promotion codes if you really want to, right? If you want to give people like $100 off, or whatever it is, then that'll be up to you. And then so I'm gonna go ahead and uncheck that, and you can allow business customers to provide tax IDs, and then you can save payment details for future use, right? And then that way they can click on that option, and then that way everything will be taken care of for them in the future. All right, and then you could say pay as a call to action. You could put book, or you can hit donate, however you want to do that. And then at that point, all you got to do is just hit create link. Now, boom, it just created that link. And as you can see, it's going to be $100. And then you can see all I got to do is just hit copy. All right, once I hit copy, I can send that link to them, or I can go ahead and I can put that on a page, okay? And then another thing you could do is if I hit QR code, boom, there's the QR code, and then anybody can scan to pay. So like if you out in person or whatever it is, and you're selling the product that way, boom, you just pull out the QR code, have them scan it with their phone, and then you can get paid just like that. Very, very simple, right? And then you could download the image from right here, and then you'll be good to go. Now, at this point, let's say, for instance, you want to unlock some, additional payments to where, maybe you want to allow them to do like buy now and then pay later in payments. So what you would do right here is where it says turn on additional payment methods to increase your conversion rates. Go ahead and click on that. And then it's going to bring you to this page right here, right? So all you got to do, and they make this very, very simple. You can, as you can see, I got cards pulled up. And then right here, you can see it says wallets, right? So you see Link, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Alipay, WeChat Pay, and you can see I got Apple Pay and Google Pay on because they're pretty common, right? But there's also things to where you can do buy now, pay later, right? So right here it says buy now, pay later. It says Affirm, Afterpay, and Klarna. And all I got to do is just hit turn on all, and it's going to turn on all of those, and you're going to see it on my page, right? Very, very simple for you to do that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually show you how to set up a subscription. So when it comes to subscriptions, there's really two ways that you can do it, or two places. You can either have a regular subscription, or you can set it up to where you have like a free trial in front of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you both ways real quick. We're going to go right here. I'm going to then click on payment links. Very similar to how I just showed you. I'm gonna come in here, add a new product, and then I'm gonna just name this test YP, right? So we're gonna name this test. Oh, well, it's not letting me do it. All right, so there it is, test YP, and then I'm gonna just copy this into the description. And then we're just gonna come down here and we're gonna put 97, and then we're gonna go ahead and hit recurring. Now, as you can see, it says billing period monthly. You could do it weekly, daily, however you wanna do it, depending on how your business model is set up. And then I'm gonna just go ahead and hit add product, right? So when I hit add product, I'm not gonna let it go through because you pretty much know what's gonna happen. Once the link is created, it's gonna take you to that same page that you saw earlier. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to set up the other type of subscription where, like, if you wanna do a free trial in front of it. All right, so I'm gonna hit X, and then I'm gonna go ahead and click right here. I'm gonna hit subscription. All right, so as you can see, it says find or add a customer. So all you got to do is click in here, hit add new customer, and then all you got to do is just make sure you put in all of their admin data. You're probably going to want to have all this stuff, or maybe you're going to be on the phone with them, or maybe you're on a Zoom call with them. That way you have all of this information, all right? And then you just go ahead and hit add customer, and it's going to allow you to do it. So I'm just going to hit cancel for now. And then I'm gonna just go ahead and scroll down. So this is where you can find or add a product again. So you can go ahead and add a product in here. And then right here, you can see it says start and end date. So let's say, for instance, August 5th, which is the day that I'm recording this video, you can start it on whatever that day is for you. And then you see it says forever, right? So forever is basically until they cancel. It's not just going to keep charging them even if they cancel, and so on and so on. Now, if you want to break it off into cycles, you can see right here it says one cycle. So one cycle will be 1 month. 2 cycles would be 2 months, and so on, right? Now, if you really want to be safe, maybe you got people on like a 3-month plan or a 6-month plan, and you don't want it to overcharge them like another month, then I would set it to an exact date, that way you don't run into any issues. All right, so then down here, this would be the start billing cycle on. So let's say you don't want to start it today. Let's say you want to start it next week on Monday. Then it's going to automatically charge them, or, you could send them an email manually, which I would actually recommend that. So that way, they're not like, oh man, I didn't really want to go through with that. You see what I mean? So it's always best to either discuss it up front, or, put like an email so that way you cover yourself. All right. So I'm gonna leave a date on that. And then right here, you see it says free trial days. So let's say, for instance, I want to do like a 7-day free trial. Maybe I'm running like some type of software or something like that. And then it tells me right here, it's going to end on August 12th. So it says automatically charge a payment method on file. And then right here, it says email an invoice to the customer to pay manually. So if you did it up front, then you should be good to go. But like I said, if you want to be safe, just make sure you go ahead and hit email invoice for customer to pay manually. Okay. And then you got the memo, which you could put some additional information here for them. That's up to you. And then right here, the advanced options, I don't usually mess with none of this stuff. I would just go ahead and hit start subscription. And then at that point, it's going to go align with what you've already set up. All right. So that's how you would set up your subscription. So now I'm going to show you how to add that link to your website so you can actually start getting paid. All right. So now I'm going to show you how to take that payment link that we just set up, and I'm going to show you how to add that to your website. Now, obviously, we may not not be using the same website builder, maybe using WordPress, maybe using Google Sites or whatever it is. But this will be pretty much the same concept for most. I actually use system.io. I'll leave a link down below in the description. So if you feel like, this is fairly easy for you to use, then you can just go ahead and check out the link. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the create button. And you got 4 options. You can create a page that's meant to collect leads. You could do a sales page. You could do a custom, or you can even do a evergreen webinar type of thing, right? Depends on what you got going on. So I'm gonna just go with custom. I'm gonna hit create. So now I'm gonna go ahead and hit create step here. I'm gonna keep this test thing going, testy, and then I'm gonna choose the type of page. So this is gonna be a sales page. So I'm gonna just go ahead and hit sales page, hit save. And now it's going to give me these templates. So now what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to go right here because I like to keep things very, very simple. Hit select. All right. So now at this point, I need to go ahead and edit the page. So I'm going to click right here. All right, so as you can see, it got a lot of different things on this page. Now, when it comes to me, since I like to keep things simple, I would probably remove just about everything and just keep the video by itself along with a button. And then as you can see, I would keep a headline, somewhat similar to this up at the top. All right, so at this point, what I need to do is I need to go ahead and click on this button. And then right here, it says action when button clicked, right? So I want to go ahead and click on the drop down arrow. I want to go to open URL. And then at this point, I want to go back over to the payment link, hit copy. And then I want to drop this URL right in here. Now, when I do that, I then want to go ahead and click on save changes. Okay, so it just saved those changes. So now if I go to the preview URL, give it a few seconds to kind of populate. Okay, so let's get this yellow thing up out of the way. All right, so now let's say a person just watched this video and they're excited, right? They're ready to take action, and maybe I just had a conversation with them in Messenger or whatever it is. If they're ready to take action, I would specify to them, hey, if you're ready to move forward, just go ahead and go through the link, right? So at this point, all they got to do is just click on this, and obviously you could change the words for this as well. But once they click on this, boom, it takes them right over to, whatever your product is and whatever price you choose. And at this point, they put in their information, they hit pay. And like I said, whether you want to, take them to another page once they actually make the payment, or you actually just want them to be on that page where it says, hey, this is the confirmation for the payment that you just made, so they can have that for their proof as well. Hopefully you got some value from this video. And if you did, definitely go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Also, drop me a comment down below if you have any additional questions. And with that being said, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace.